Boom. Hey! That damn Alaskan! Your boy Ken! Tina G! Kathleen Cross! Punxsutawney Mo! Foxhill Dreams! Valerie G! Sandra from Paramount, California! Bernadette! Debbie Neiman! Diane London! Watcher Soko, and me, BDD, in the heezy. Watcher Soko, Lucielle, Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio, Chrissy M, Mike Oxtinks, Misha Oliver, Scribble my thibbles. Cha-Cha, Sander Zork, Samantha McIntyre, Victorina, Kevin Murphy, Stephanie L, Jen and Fat Pony, Ness from Connecticut, Phyllis Hatch, Chrissy M, Wifey, Queen of the South, Teresa Plash, Meredith Powell. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I am your host, BDD, aka BrooklynDad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling! Happy New Year, everybody! It is 2022, January 3rd on a Monday. I see we've got Eddie G, we got Kim Nee, Donnell Turner, Jamie from Wisconsin. Did I say that damn Alaskan? Yes, I did. She was up at the top. I just like saying that damn Alaskan. Nurse Mitch. Let's see. Ratatat and Cindy C. All right, guys. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming back here. 2022 is a new year. Yes, it's a new year, and we've got some old stories, some new stories. But right now, we're going to get into our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
Damn it.
Stories of the day.
Okay. Is big tech too big? We ask and answer this question. Yes, we do. Marjorie Taylor Greene, aka Marge Three Toes, Marge Three Names, has been permanently suspended from Twitter. Spanky McDumbass, Spanky Jr., and what do we call her? Complicit Barbie have been subpoenaed. Our guessing game for today is Name That TV Show Quote. Name That TV Show Quote. Last but not least, we have a rising star. It is none other than Marjorie Taylor Greene's nemesis, Marcus Flowers. All right, who joined us during that thing? Wilbur McCarthy is here, guys. Luppy Girl. Meek Spees just made it. Marie from New Jersey is here. I saw some new names also. Chimp de Cheese. Chimp. Chimp de Cheese. That's a cool name. I love these new names. Mind you, I'm playing around with the notion of like collecting some of the craziest names from Twitter and just putting them up here for you guys to follow or whatever. Hey, Amanda Crawford is here. Welcome, Amanda. And Lee Saunders is with us. Did I get Kathleen Cross? I got you, Kathleen Cross. Maureen Otto is here. Let's see. Hey, all right. So it's a new year. So I'm glad those of you who are here. Peter is a boss is here. Peter is a boss is here. I'm glad you are all safe and sound. Hopefully, no bad incidents from New Year's Eve. You were, home just chilling like we old heads tend to do. We old heads also like to listen to some chill music. Don't let me hear anybody bad talking my old heads. I'm an old head too. All right, so you guys have followed me. Sarah B, I see you there. Sarah B is here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have followed me throughout the entirety of fantasy football season. The carcass of my team has fallen by the wayside. We were not in contention. However, wifey, she went up against the best. She lost, but then she went up against the second best, and now she's officially, wait for it. She's officially the third best. Yes, wifey did win her matchup last night, so she is now third place. Wait, where's my hooray? Damn it, I need to get these sound effects closer. Legion of Doom is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Legion of Doom. Samantha Hawkins is also here, ladies and gentlemen. Samantha Hawkins. So let's see. Yes, yay, wifey. Well done indeed. Third place, her first time playing is incredible. Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm very proud of her. Very proud. Also, we have a birthday today. Some folks are sharing congratulations for our very own Meredith. Happy birthday to you, Meredith. So glad you've lived to see yet another year, another trip around the sun. Congratulations and the best to you. This New Year's Eve, I was home just chilling, as we said. The fam, it's a yearly tradition when the ball drops. We all clink our sparkling cider glasses, and what has become a new tradition is that I post a little public service announcement just to make sure folks don't drive drunk out there. You'd be surprised, how many people do drive drunk, even, when that's a fatal mistake to make. People still do that. So I want to just put that out there. Just take an Uber. Do the right thing. Speaking of doing the right thing, I did tell you guys of my plans to do the Whole 30. That's, for nobody else's purpose but my own. Oh, also, and wifey too. Wifey is joining me in the Whole 30 journey. Now, we have decided to postpone our participation in this Whole 30 thing because wifey not feeling terrific. She's a little bit under the weather. It's just a strange turn of phrase, under the weather. Like, aren't we all technically like under the weather, right? Like when it rains, we're not on top of that shit unless we're in a plane. So we're all kind of under. But anyway, she is under the weather, and we also have not had a chance to do proper shopping in prep for the Whole 30. So, in any case, we're going to do that. One of our New Year's activities was we got to watch the Harry Harry Potter reunion. It's been 20 years. 20 years since these little children appeared on the screen as magicians, sorcerers, and now they're all grown up. So it was interesting to watch. I had the benefit of watching the reunion, the Friends reunion, and the Harry Potter reunion. And I know those are two completely different things. However, I had more fun watching the Friends reunion. This was nice. It was special seeing them all grown up, but, it is what it is. Friends, Friends is my jam now. Hey, Wojo Mom is here, you guys. Hello, Wojo Mom. She is here, as is Mytal Cabelli. Welcome back, Mytal Cabelli. Also, we've got Donnell Turner saying happy birthday from Enough is Enough. Oh, that's for you, Meredith. Okay. Last night, we watched this movie starring Robert Pattinson from Twilight fame. And also, he's now the new Batman. The Batman. He's the new guy. Anyway, he was in a movie back in 2017 called Good Time. So I spent a lot of time this weekend on the Netflix critically acclaimed film list, looking for a good movie to watch. I assume they're all good movies if they're all critically acclaimed, right? So I watched this, and basically it's about Robert Pattinson is a criminal, and he dreams up this plan to rob a bank with his special needs brother. Actually, as the movie opens, he pulls his special needs brother out of a therapy session. Not a good look. Anyway, one thing leads to another. He has to grab up his brother out of police custody. This is already, I'm not spoiling anything. This is basically the synopsis of the movie. And, so wifey and I watched this, for like a good hour and a half. And we're both like, man, the fuck? We just didn't have patience for it. But trust me, this movie does get difficult to watch. The payoff is actually at the end of the movie. I was about to blow this thing up. Don't waste your time. It's horrible. Actually, the payoff at the end is decent. Very good. Very good. What's always good is The Odd Couple. When we get New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, The Odd Couple usually goes into marathon mode. You get I Love Lucy marathons, you get Twilight Zone marathons, you also get Odd Couple marathons. I don't know how it is in your state, but here we usually get the Odd Couple, Twilight Zone, I Love Lucy marathons. And this was fantastic. I love it so much. And I got stuck. Somebody posted a tweet this weekend about post a quote that when you hear it, you instantly know what TV show that is. And I was like, oh shit, that's one of my favorite games. So I started watching Seinfeld, and it's a funny show. It's a very funny show, as you all know. Another tweet that had me kind of going down a rabbit hole was a tweet posted by this woman who said her husband said that the Beach Boys were better than the Beatles. And she said he figured that there would be some hot discussion about this, but post it anyway. Let's see if he gets any love. And I wanted to take this question seriously because, I love music, as you guys know. Love music. Love the Beatles. I like the Beach Boys. Don't love them. They're a fine band. But you say somebody's better than the Beatles, them's fighting words. Them's fighting words. So some person said that one of the albums made by the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, was better than anything the Beatles had created. So naturally, I spent the weekend listening to Pet Sounds, and Pet Sounds has some good songs. God Only Knows, Sloop John B has got like maybe 4 or 5 decent songs, but the rest of the album all sounds the same to me. The rest of that Beach Boys album. Meanwhile, the Beatles have Abbey Road. They have the White Album. I listened to the White Album like 5 times this weekend because it's so damn good. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Revolver. Are you kidding me, bro? Somebody... And on top of that, the Beach Boys have this guy named Mike Love. And Mike Love, if you didn't know, former member of the Beach Boys, is a current Trump supporter. Beatles, they ain't got no Trump supporters. New. So, at the end of the day, the winner, hands down, handily, is the Beatles. It's ridiculous that needs to be said, but it is what it is. Hey, Paula Freitas. There you go. I see you there. Welcome to you. Beatles versus the Beach Boys depends on how old you are and what decade you were a teenager. Now, doesn't matter. If you have ears and you have knowledge of both groups, it's easy peasy. It's easy peasy. Is you have Spider-Man versus a security guard. They're both wearing costumes. They're both wearing uniforms, but one uniform is better. All right. It's time now for our quick hits. Yeah, you son of a bee. I got a feeling that those quick hits are coming closer to Spanky McDumbass. We had some quick hits coming for Devin Nunes as we entered a new year. He claimed that he was no longer going to be in the House. He was resigning his position in the House. Because he wanted to head up Spanky McDumbass's social media thing. Now, this former congressman had beef with a Twitter cow, and since being utterly disgraced, he has decided to move on from the House. Okay? Now, with that said, since he's going to be in charge of Trump's social media thing, he's about to become utterly irrelevant. So I'm going to have to try my best to milk these jokes as long as I can. Thank you very much. I'll see myself out. Oh, okay. So speaking of Trump's social media company, he's come up with this company, of all things, Truth Social. That's almost like that's almost like that cannibal. What the hell was his name? Bundy, starting an organization. Vegans Anonymous. Truth Social makes no sense. Anyway, Truth Social was in the news today, aside from the fact that Devin Nunes is going to be its new CEO. Aside from the fact that Truth Social has stolen code from a company named Mastodon. They can't even come up with their own code. They stole it and they're using it improperly, right? Aside from that, news came out that you can't say anything bad about Truth Social because, of course, I said Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was the cannibal. Wasn't it also Ted Bundy? Am I wrong? Am I confusing my serial killers? Jeffrey Dahmer. You're right. Okay. Oh, I see. Cindy C is correcting me. Bundy was a serial killer of teen girls. Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, so Jeffrey Dahmer, Vegans Anonymous. That works. Now that works. True Social says you can't make any disparaging remarks in our opinion. So if it hurts our feelings, you can't say it. These are the people who are crying about freedom of speech. My freedom of speech is being censored, but they're going to censor your posts if you say anything mean about Truth Social. Don't say anything mean about us. Then we're going to be big mad. We also learned today that Ivanka and Don Jr. have been served subpoenas by the New York Attorney General. We've also learned that they have stated that they do not intend to comply with these subpoenas because, as we all know, complying with subpoenas is completely, it's optional. You don't have to comply with a subpoena. It's not like the law applies to anybody, right? Right? No. Oh, wait. It only applies to the rich and powerful? Is that what you're saying? So if I'm rich and powerful, I don't have to comply with subpoenas. All right. So this is going to start, this is going to trigger a sequence of events which will inevitably make them have to comply in some way, shape, or form. But ultimately, they are in run out the clock mode. All Trumps are trying to run out the clock now. This topic does not make me happy to share. I am not gleefully sharing this. Trust me. So some of you may already know that Herschel Walker is running for the Senate in Georgia against Reverend Warnock. He's been friends with Trump for a very long time, ever since his Heisman days and his 13 years that he spent as a running back in the NFL, getting pounded and punished on a regular basis. In my personal opinion, he should not be running for senator, not because I disagree with his political beliefs, but frankly, I don't think that he is fit. Don't take it from me.
Build Back Better. You probably want something written like Lord of the Land, stating all men are to be treated equal. Oh, we have the Constitution. So you probably want to put people in charge who's going to fight for the Constitution. Just thinking. God bless you.
Listen to this again. Build Back Better.
Something written like Lord of the Land, stating all men are to be treated equal. Oh, we have the Constitution. So you probably want to put people in charge who's going to fight for the Constitution. Just thinking. God bless you. Build Back Better.
He starts off by saying, Build Back Better. I was waiting for him to make some kind of criticism of Build Back Better. Instead, he opted to discuss the Constitution, and maybe you want someone to write something, it's sad. It's truly sad. And I don't look forward to him being humiliated in debates by Reverend Warnock. And I believe Reverend Warnock is a sympathetic man, and I don't see that he will relish taking Herschel Walker to the woodshed. I think he might just let Herschel Walker speak and prove to everybody that Mr. Walker really needs to be examined for CTE, for concussion trauma. And you're right, Karen Stone, head trauma is no joke. But that's a true, like, he posted that. Herschel Walker posted that himself. It's not like a deep fake thing. He posted that thinking it was good for him. I hate it when black people do not represent, because it makes the rest of us look suspect. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. If you're going to represent properly. That was not representing properly at all. That is it for our quick hits, ladies and gentlemen. And now it is time for our first timeline cleanse of the year. Timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. All right, I got some good ones for you today. Let's see. This first one was shared with the interwebs by our friend, whom I have not yet seen, our friend Philosophy, aka Jonathan Slater. Oh, he's Sherry Scary. Hello, Sherry Scary. I see you there. I see Mia to you. Excuse me, a few names I haven't seen thus far. Karen Stone, Lucy L, Veronica Tello, Teresa Plash, Studio LB. I like to do my shout outs here. Let's see. If I missed you here, please let me know. Kimberly Moss is here. Sarah B. There you go. Okay. First one is from our friend Philosophy. This is a tin box Bob Ross. Say that five times fast.
This is a scene from my neighborhood, and I'm just using a primary color palette, but it's a slightly altered one. So I've got titanium white, bismuth yellow, a rusty red called light red, and Prussian blue. I'm starting out by thinning down some of the red and yellow with odorless mineral spirits so that I can tone my whole surface with a nice warm wash of color. Then I use my brush to do some sketching, then lift away some of the pigment for the lighter value areas, then lay in some dark green for the darker value areas. This contrast makes the structure of my composition easier to see, so I can start blocking in the large shapes like this white fence, which is really like a muted blue because it's in the shade.
This is amazing.
After all the main areas are blocked in, then I can start detailing, like these branches and especially the backlit green leaves, which really drew me to this scene in the first place. And I used a coffee stir stick and a pencil to make the straight lines of the slats in the fence before using my smallest brush to hit the highlights between. And the whole thing took about an hour and 15 minutes.
What?
This is a scene from my neighborhood.
Yo! He did an artwork in an Altoids tin. An Altoids tin. You know how small an Altoids tin is? It's tiny. Tiny Altoids tin. He did an artwork in an Altoids tin in 1 hour. Yo, it would take me forever to not even be able to do that half as good. That is amazing. Next up, I have showcased this guy on the show before. Please forgive me. I don't have his name. If you know this guy's name, his TikTok handle or whatever, please share it on the side on our chat here. This is in honor of the newly released Spider-Man No Way Home that features the multiverse. Okay, for those of you who don't know what the multiverse is, it's like an alternate universe where instead of me, like for instance, instead of me being called BrooklynDad Defiant, I'm in another universe. I'm called Queen's father angry or something. Okay, here we go.
Nah, so you're saying in this universe, Spider-Man's black? White? Hold on, so let me get this straight. Do you still know an Iron Man? You mean the Tungsten Gentleman? What about Doctor Strange? You're talking about Mr. Weird? Do you have an Aunt May? We got Mima June, the Green Goblin, had the Turquoise Troll. Are you still talking to Mary Jane? Her name's Happy Dust. You know Captain America, the Lieutenant German, the Winter Soldier, the Summer Marine, Black Panther. We got the White Puma. Not now. So you're telling me you ain't got the Guardians of the Galaxy? Nah, we got the Supervisors of the Solar System. What about Ant-Man? Termite Buddy. Thanos? Do you even have the Avengers? We got the Retaliators. Oh, no, I had enough. Why Spike Lee? Why Stanley?
Rich black guy. That's his name. Rich black guy.
So you're saying in this universe, Spider-Man's black? White? Hold on, so let me get this straight. Do you still know an Iron Man? You mean the Tungsten Gentleman? What about Doctor Strange? You're talking about Mr. Weird? Do you have an Aunt May? We got Mima June, the Green Goblin, had the Turquoise Troll. Are you still talking to Mary Jane? Her name's Happy Dust. You know Captain America, the Lieutenant German, the Winter Soldier, the Summer Marine, Black Panther. We got the White Puma. Not now. So you're telling me you ain't got the Guardians of the Galaxy? Nah, we got the Supervisors of the Solar System. What about Ant-Man? Termite Buddy. Thanos? Kratos. Do you even have the Avengers? We got the Retaliators. Oh, no, I had enough. Why Spike Lee? Why? His name is Stanley.
Classic. Termite Buddy. Mima June, that shit was very funny. And that's Rich Black Guy on TikTok. Last but not least, I usually in these timeline cleanses, I like to share my favorite for last. And this one is appropriate. As you guys know, we lost a legend in Miss Betty White. And I may have even shared this video with you guys before, but this one, totally appropriate.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and a confidant.
This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything, the biggest gift, the biggest.
The wig!
Being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.
One more time.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl.
It's true.
The
Oh,
wig
yeah.
snatch. Yeah.
This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything, the biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know who that is. Whoever shared that video, they didn't have the guy's profile name before or after. But if you do know who that is, please share that with our group. Thank you very much. That's right, Ness from Connecticut. That brother has nothing on my wig game. Which is in the closet with mothballs. Yeah, he did take it to church. Mia to you. Did I say church? I meant church. Church. All right. That is it for our timeline cleanse. While I can remember, please make sure you smash that like button. Please smash the like button. Chrissy M is saying that the internet is saying on her birthday, everyone should donate to animal shelters. Of course, that makes perfect sense. That's where wifey and I got our woofy. Come to think of it, that's where we got the kittens as well. Yeah. All right, it's time for our main story. Too big tech. Too big tech. So, is big tech too big? Big tech is considered to be Google, Apple, Amazon, Meta, also known as Facebook, and Microsoft. Microsoft is like the unofficial, like the little brother nobody respects. Big tech has come under fire from both sides, both Democrat and Republican, for quite some time now. The left and the right have different concerns over, excuse me, big tech flexing too much muscle, exerting way too much influence in our world. On the bad side, big tech enables things like revenge porn, and misinformation, terrible, deadly misinformation, misuse of personal data, on the good side, every once in a while, big tech has shown that it can hold people who misuse their platforms accountable in ways that, for some reason, our bottlenecked Congress government is incapable of doing. As we saw this weekend, Marjorie Taylor Greene, after repeated offenses, after repeated warnings about misuse of their platform, she has been permanently, I love how permanently suspended sounds. Permanently suspended. Yes, it's been permanently suspended. Twitter permanently suspended the personal account. So she still has her government account available on Twitter, has not been blocked, but her personal account has been suspended for repeatedly violating its COVID-19 misinformation policies. Now, people on the right, they love to say, this is censorship. This is big tech censorship. But, it's a privately owned company. Yeah? If you try to go into a privately owned restaurant with no shoes, with no shirt, you get no service. That's how it is. You can stand outside on the public sidewalk with no shoes and no shirt, and you can, scream misinformation as much as you want out in the public sidewalk. Yeah, go for it. But you also can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. You're not allowed to do that. Your free speech does not allow you to do that. It also does not allow you to incite violence, even if you're the president. Now, this is something it's shocking that the only comeuppance for Donald Trump for January 6th thus far has been administered by the Bird app, by Twitter. That's the only comeuppance he has gotten. That's it. Not even so much as a smack on the wrist. They impeached him, didn't convict him. Impeached, not convicted. And yeah, we know that's a stain on his record, but the fact that he was not convicted allowed him to walk away from that and while his side was saying, see that? Exonerated. What? No. No. And again, Twitter Safety posted this. They said, after close review of recent tweets from the real Donald Trump account and the context around them, they even examined the context around his tweets, we have permanently suspended the account due to the risk of further incitement of violence. This is quite interesting. Now, he's also been banned from Facebook, from Instagram, from Pinterest. Pinterest shit kills me. Like, what was he doing on Pinterest anyway? Now, Trump had also been a repeated offender of Twitter's terms of service, to the point where they had to flag his tweets. They were flagging his tweets. This one's, he says, these thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. I just spoke to Governor Tim Walz and told him that the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty, and we will assume control. But when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Thank you. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. This is what the President of the United States posted a year ago, a year and a half ago, May 29th, 2020. And then Twitter flagged it, said, this tweet violated the Twitter rules about glorifying violence. However, Twitter has determined that it may be in the public's interest for the tweet to remain accessible. Now, currently, none of those tweets are accessible because, as I said, his account is permanently suspended. If you want those tweets, you have to Google them and find screenshots. There's a screenshot of each one of his tweets. We've also seen this weekend that there are certain personalities on the interwebs, on the internet, that have way too much influence. It's not just my opinion. It is my opinion, but it's not just my opinion. I'm not alone in this thinking. Joe Rogan has a very popular podcast, and approximately 10 million subscribers listen to Joe Rogan spin any number of conspiracy theories, any number of COVID misinformations, and he has guests on his show who also spread the misinformation. Meeks Peace ask if that's the Dos Equis guy. No, he's not the world's most interesting man. That is Dr. Robert Malone, who apparently created the apparatus for mRNA vaccines. He did not invent the mRNA vaccine. He invented the thing that lets you invent the vaccine, if that makes any sense. Whatever. This guy was preaching that the world, Dr. Malone says that the world is under a mass formation psychosis, right? So the 840,000 people who died of COVID here in America, that's just a mirage. It's just, it's just your imagination. It's this mass formation psychosis. Mass formation psychosis is apparently when a large part, I'm reading a definition, when a large part of a society focuses its attention to a leader or a series of events, and their attention focuses on one small point or issue. One small point, like, 800,000 people, that's a small point, dying, the horrible deaths, people with ventilators down their throats can't breathe, their chest can't, that's a horrible way to go. Followers, it goes on, followers can be hypnotized, and be led anywhere, regardless of data proving otherwise. I'm continuing with this. A key aspect of the phenomena is that the people they identify as the leaders, the ones that can solve the problem or issue alone. I don't know. Does anybody remember I alone can solve it? They will follow that leader regardless of any new information or data. So this guy, he brings up mass formation psychosis as though that relates to us, those of us who are trying to save our friends and our neighbors and our coworkers from dying, from contracting COVID by A, getting vaccinated, B, getting boosted, C, wearing a mask. Because the wearing of the mask doesn't protect you. It protects those around you. Now, is it 100% effective? No. You'd have to put yourself in a plastic bubble, airtight bubble in which you would suffocate. So, yeah, obviously you need some air to get in, get out. But the air that goes out, the droplets, they don't get to spread as far with the mask on as they do without the mask. It's that simple. Furthermore, it says anybody who questions the leader's narrative are attacked and disregarded. So this guy, Dr. Malone, he had been removed also from numerous platforms, I believe from YouTube and from Twitter recently because misinformation. In fact, I believe the video that the video interview that Joe Rogan conducted with this guy was also removed. I don't know if that should have been removed or not, but I kind of right now I can appreciate that these big tech companies are trying to rein in the misinformation because frankly, big tech has been missing in action a lot. Perfect example, Facebook. Facebook thrives. They make so much money off of misinformation. They make more money from the proliferation of misinformation than they do reining it in, stopping it. The clicks that they get from the spread of the wildfire spread of misinformation, it's unreal. They're making money hand over fist. Misinformation on Facebook got 6 times more clicks than factual news during the 2020 election, right? And they had the option of reining it in, of changing their algorithms. They chose not to, according to the whistleblower we saw testify in front of Congress not too long ago. Sorry, I don't remember her name. So yeah, the misinformation is one way that big tech can and should be using its influence to solve because it's undeniable that the Google, the Amazon, the Facebook, and the Twitter, they are all an integral part of our lives now. Even people who don't even realize, people who aren't on Twitter every day or Facebook every day, their lives are still affected in a major way by big tech. Big tech is making decisions for people, whether they like it or not. They're saying, we know what's good for you because it's good for us. And do they have an outsized amount of influence over us? Yes, they do. Here's a tweet from Glenn Greenwald, who I am not a fan of whatsoever, but I figured I gotta have some uh, perspective from the other side. And Glenn Greenwald, who used to be progressive, is now carrying water for the right. He tweets here, having unelected tech oligarchs ban duly elected members of Congress or even the sitting president from using their massive platforms is dystopian. Remember how many world leaders warned that Facebook and Twitter's banning of Trump was a threat to democracy? I don't have personally, still don't have a problem with them banning the guy who allowed an insurrection to rage on just blocks away from his office, doing nothing about it because he's the one who sparked it. You know, the guy was like a toddler, a psychotic toddler, bloodthirsty sociopath. I don't know how many different words I could use to describe his insane behavior, but he's beyond control. His daughter, Ivanka, apparently was in the office with him, trying to convince him to say something, to do something to stop it. Even Don Jr., that jackass, that irresponsible asshole, he was like, Dad, please do something. And Trump was like, who are you? What are you doing in my office? Everybody was trying to convince him he wouldn't do anything. So, Glenn Greenwald, what are you bitching and crying about? You know what? Somebody had to do something. Glenn Greenwald says, even as their party and leaders are overwhelmingly funded by large corporations, that may be true. I believe that. Wall Street and Silicon Valley, Democrats and liberals still like to posture as opponents of corporate power, yet they crave having unelected tech executives control and police political discourse. I think Glenn Greenwald is making a bit of a straw man argument here because, yeah, I think it's true that both sides, you jackass, both Democrats and Republicans have big tech and big corporations in their pockets. I will not deny that ever. That shit is true, and it needs to stop. That corporations as a whole have undue influence on both sides of the political aisles, and that shit has to stop. But when it comes to these tech companies regulating, how their product is used, that's up to them. And you know what? They're allowed to do that, and I'll get to why in a second. Germany and France opposed Trump's Twitter exile. So what? Germany and France, you got your own problems to deal with, as does Mexico. Yeah, you got a problem with Trump being banned? You don't even remember what the hell he was saying about your stupid asses. I don't even care. But Section 230 is what allows the internet to be the internet. Yeah. It's basically, it protects internet companies from liability on things that get shared on their sites. So, for instance, the dangerous misinformation that gets spread on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, these companies cannot be sued for that. I might have a problem with that because I think maybe if there was some liability, maybe they would regulate that shit more. I mean, Facebook stood in front, Mark Zuckerberg stood in front of Congress and said to them, we don't think we should be making the decisions about what misinformation is bad or good. We should let people decide for themselves. And people are stupid. I'm sorry. They're stupid. People are stupid. And yeah, if you know something is false, why would you allow that shit to proliferate. It's just irresponsible. Section 230 also says that platforms can't be held liable if they take down any content they or their users consider obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, excessively violent, harassing, or otherwise objectionable. In other words, they are not obliged to host anything they don't want to. And that's it. And that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene got her ass booted. That's why Spanky McDumbass got himself booted, and that's why Spanky McDumbass was like, man, Section 230 is a liability shielding gift from the U.S. to big tech, blah, blah, blah. And that's why Spanky McDumbass wanted to be rid of Section 230 altogether. I don't think Section 230 should be completely obliterated. I do think that there's some room for Section 230 to be revised and updated, as should all things. I think this Constitution that we have and the amendments, it should be treated like a living, breathing document, and stop, elevating it to status like it cannot ever be touched because it was created by man, and man did not anticipate that, there were going to be guns that took more than a minute to load and reload, and you could have hundreds of rounds of bullets massacring crowds of people in 2 minutes. They didn't foresee that. They didn't foresee a criminal like Trump playing the system, playing the American people. They didn't foresee that shit. So we're here. We can see this shit unfold as it's happening. The Constitution should not be some untouchable freaking document. Damn it. Can my show be considered a publisher entity? I suppose. Perhaps. I don't know. Thank you, Mo. I don't know the answer to that question. Guys, thank you for letting me rant on a little bit about this topic here. So yeah, is big tech too big? Perhaps. Yeah, nobody can really compete with those big ones. They're giants. Anybody who even attempts to compete can be subject to they can either be bought and then just dissolved, that they have they have infinite resources now. They have money we can't even fathom. So anytime you have something that is too big to fail, that's potentially a problem. That's my opinion. All right, let's jump right on into my favorite part of the show. It's our guessing game. Name that TV show quote. Now, as I said earlier in the show, somebody posted a tweet saying, post a quote that is instantly recognizable as being from a certain show. Right? So if I were to say something like, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." This is a test. This is a, little test to see if you understand. Then you would type into your chat browser the name of the show from whence that quote comes. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Everybody know that's obviously from GOT. Marie from New Jersey is first. They're guessing correctly. GOT, Game of Thrones. And how also Cecile Kazemi and Cindy C. Mia Mia to you. You get it? Maital Cabelli says, you missed my bazinga on your Twitter thread. I got it. Okay. Everybody else got it correctly. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a slide. It's going to have a quote on it, and you give it your best guess, hit send, and I'm going to read off. I'm going to try to stick to only 10 because I see I'm going long on the show again. Okay? You guys ready? Here's the first one. Start off with a ding. First one. what show is this quote from? Those of you who are listening, you do have to look at the screen to be able to participate in this show, in this game, in this guessing game. All right, I've seen enough. And the answer we were looking for is, come on now. Good times anytime you make a payment. Good times anytime you feel free. Good times. And that was JJ's catchphrase. JJ is the skinny dude to the very far right of the picture. And let's see, who do we have at the top here? We have Cha-Cha at the top, followed by Chrissy M, EPC 6608. Peter is a boss. Kathy Murphy, the Mia Mia to you, Speedtopia. Jen Murphy, Nurse Mitch, Asmila J, Valerie G, Luppy Girl, Bernadette, Watcher Soko. Okay, and I'm cutting it there. We got to move on to the next one. Good job, you guys. Here's the next one. Are you ready? Here we go. That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. I hope my different emphasis on different words, maybe it help you a little bit, maybe it don't. But I've seen enough. Yes, we were looking for The Office. And let's see. At the top, we have Maureen Otto, followed by Peter is a Boss, Ness from Connecticut, EPC, Samantha Hawkins, Cha-Cha, Chrissy M, Linda K, Jen Murphy, Nurse Mitch, Meredith Powell, My Talca Belly, Mia Mia to you, Misha Oliver, Cecile Kazimi, Watcher Soko, Chris B, Valerie G, that damn Alaskan Samantha Brakefield. Very good job, you guys. Okay, I gotta keep it going. Keeping it going, moving on to the next one. Here we go. Like sands through the hourglass. This is just, whoever can type faster. You can do abbreviations too. Yeah, if you need to, you can do the abbreviations of some of these things with the longer titles. Somebody said SpongeBob. 3 days later. All right, let's see. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. We're looking for days of our lives, like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Fox Hill Dreams wants to know what it says on my shirt. It says King. And I don't think you need to guess who's wearing the Queen version of this hoodie. Yeah. You know who it is. His wifey. Let's see. Who is at the top here? No. Chrissy M is at the top, followed by Nurse Mitch, Misha Oliver, Linda K, Cha-Cha, Cindy C, Stella Baxter, Samantha Brakefield, Monique Lee, Meredith Powell, Maureen Otto, Sherry Scary, Peter is the Boss, Watcher Shoko, Lucille, Cather Murphy, Marie from New Jersey, Valerie G, Speedtopia, Teresa Plash, Jen Murphy, and of course Meek Speeds with SpongeBob. I'm surprised Scribble My Dibbles did not guess in this, because this is one of the shows our mom used to watch every single day when we were chillins. We were chirrins. Are soaps still on? Cecile Kazimi wants to know. I believe they are. So are the days of our lives. Sherry Scary, thank you for that correction. So are the days of our lives. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Just one more thing. It's all I'm going to say. Just one more thing. You knew, if you're familiar with this show, when you heard those words, just one more thing, you knew that was his ass. You knew somebody was in trouble. Trouble. Nobody move, or there'll be trouble. Okay, I have seen enough. I've seen enough. We was looking for Columbo, all right? And let's see, who do we got at the top over here? We got Nurse Mitch at the top, followed by Maureen Otto, Jen Murphy, Linda K, EPC, Mia to you, Marie from New Jersey, Speedtopia. Oh, Scribble My Dibbles is driving, is why she can no guess. I'm so proud of you, Scribbles. Don't play this game. Just drive safe. Or pull over to the side of the road, because this game, it's no prizes, but it's a game. All right. Samantha Brakefield, Meredith Powell, Cecile Kazimi, Watcher Soko, Misha Oliver, Samantha Hawkins, Wilbur McCarthy, Chris B, Bernadette, Diane London, Karen Stone, Lucy L, Valerie G. Good job, you guys. Good job. Good job. All right. Moving on to the next one. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. To the moon. Ooh, Maital Cabelli is talking about Kolchak. I remember that show. That's another show my mom used to watch. That came on late, and Scribble and I, if we were lucky enough to catch that, we just had to be quiet and pretend like we were pieces of furniture, because it was up past our bedtime. But that was a good show, Kolchak. I remember that. Oh, we're talking about old shows. Quincy is a good one. Yeah. That was Jack Klugman. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, excuse me. Did I? I've seen enough. Oh my goodness, I ramble sometimes. We were looking for the Honeymooners. Da, 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 da. So, just for the record, that quote, "to the moon," was a reference to the threat of physical violence that Ralph would would level at his wife Alex. Now, he never actually carried through on that threat, as far as we can tell. It was an empty threat. Back in the day, it was funny. Today, not funny at all. We got Nurse Mitch at the top, followed by Chrissy M, Speedtopia, Misha Oliver, Cindy C, Maureen Otto, Jen Murphy, Marie from New Jersey, EPC, Veronica Tello, Stella Baxter, Kathy Murphy, Meredith Powell, the Trump Reaper, Maitel Cabelli, Punxsutawney Moose, Samantha Brakefield, Lucille, Samantha Hawkins, Debbie Johnson, Chris B, Cecile Kazemi, Yasmila J, Peters, Boss, Box Hill Dreams, Linda K, Watcher Soko, Chrissy M. Good job, you guys. Good job. Good job. Bang Zoom was another one. Thank you, Nurse Mitch. It's funny. Some of those old shows that we saw and we were laughing hysterically at, today, not so much. And away we go. All right, next up, here's the next one. These pretzels are making me thirsty. So many ways to read this one. My favorite is these pretzels are making me thirsty. Oh my God. Oh my God. These pretzels. All right. I think I've seen enough. We're looking for Seinfeld. And in that episode, all four of them recited that line. It's funny. Funny show. This show is really funny. I'm going to be rewatching this for the next month or so. Let's see. Who do we have here? We got Nurse Mitch at the top once again, followed by Jen Murphy, EPC. I don't know who EPC is, but you on a roll, my friend EPC, who's brand new to this show and always in the top 3 or 5. Karen, nope, sorry. Chris B, Meredith Powell, Mia to you, Maital Cabelli, Misha Oliver, Samantha Brakefield, Samantha Hawkins. Got the Samanthas together. Watcher Soko, Bernadette, Cecile Kazemi, Valerie G, Wilbur McCarthy, Diane London, yeah, then Marie from New Jersey, Lisa Hathaway, Lucille. Good job, you guys. Good job. Making me thirsty. I don't know. Did I hit this? I hit that again. All right. Okay. Here's the next one. This is a good one. I am the one who knocks. 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 I am the king. Okay. I think I've seen enough. We're looking for Breaking Bad. This was the part in the show where you no longer recognize the character that was Walter White standing in the middle of the desert in his skivvies. You know, he had become a monster at this point. Let's see. Meek Spees is at the top, followed by Misha Oliver, Samantha Hawkins, Asmila J, Meredith Powell, Jen Murphy, Chris B, Cecile Kazemi, Mia to you, Peter is a boss, Lucy L, Nurse Mitch, Bernadette, Diane London, that damn Alaskan, Karen Stone. Meeks Peace said the Mormons in my neighborhood. That's clever. Karen Stone, Asmila J. Okay, good job, you guys. Good job. Good job. Let's see what's next. Oh, this is what's next. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. 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 Can you hear all the letters when I say that? Just the facts. Just the facts. Ooh, you guys were right on top of this. I thought this would be tough because it's from the black and white days. Doom 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 doom. Wow wow. I've seen enough. Wow wow wow. Wow 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 wow. Dragnet. Let's see, and let's see who's at the top here. Dragnet. Maureen Otto. Cecile Kazemi, Kathy Murphy, Samantha Hawkins, Cha-Cha, Chris B, Linda K, Bernadette, Marie from New Jersey, Mia to you, Nurse Mitch, Jen Murphy, Misha Oliver, the Trump Reaper, Valerie G, Watcher Soko, Veronica Tello, Meredith Powell, Maital Capelli, Monique Lee, Lucy L, Samantha Brakefield. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very good. Doom, 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 doom. Next up, Book Him Dano. Book Him Dano. Now, a fun fact for you guys who are watching the show and see this picture on the screen. The individual in this picture is none other than actor Paul Dano, who is holding a book. So, hence, I made a literal Book Him Dano picture. that was inspired. I don't even know if any of you recognize that this was Paul Dano on the TV, on the screen, and that he's holding a book. Book Him, Paul Dano. Who also, Paul Dano starred in a movie about the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson. So that brings it all the way back to my random stuffs in the beginning of the show. I've seen enough. I've said enough. Very meta. Thank you. Hawaii 5-0. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay. At the top, we have Misha Oliver, followed by Cindy C. Maureen Otto is on fire today. Jen Murphy, Nurse Mitch, Valerie G. Kathy Murphy, Lee Saunders, Linda K. Meredith Powell, Diane London, Chris B. Monique Lee, Stella Baxter, Samantha Hawkins, Asmila J, Veronica Tello, Mia to you, Cha-Cha, Marie from New Jersey, Cecile Kazemi, Trump Reaper, Samantha Brakefield, Karen Stone, Maital Cabelli, Watcher Soko, Lumpy Girl, Tina G. Good job, you guys. Very good job. Okay. What's next? What's next on my list here? We have one more. Here's the final question, ladies and gentlemen. Missed it by that much. Excuse me. Missed it by that much. And I'm reading it like that for a reason. I don't want to give you the answer so easily. Missed it by that much. Missed it by that much. And we were looking for, as our final answer, Get Smart. Run-da-da-da. Run-da-da-da. Run-da-da-da, 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 run-da-da-da-da-da-da. At the top, we have Nurse Mitch, followed by Jen Murphy, Kathy Murphy. We got the Murphys together. Stella Baxter, the Trump Reaper, Mia to you, Misha Oliver, Meredith Powell, Cindy C, Samantha Hawkins, Samantha Brakefield. We got the Samanthas together. I love it when that happens. Cecile Kazemi, Cha-Cha. We got Chris B, Karen Stone, Marie from New Jersey, Monique Lee, Watcher Zoko, Valerie G, Debbie Johnson, Linda K, Veronica Tello, Teresa Plash, Bernadette, Corey Lord, Diane London, Wilbur McCarthy, Cecile Kazemi. No, not Cecile Kazemi. Okay, good job, you guys. Very good job. Thank you for playing that game with me. The guessing games are my favorite games, and I was brainstorming during the New Year's celebration, so I have more different games in store for you, so stay tuned. And I gotta get this show moving more quickly. Next up is our Rising Star. First Rising Star of 2022.
Hooray!
And today's Rising Star is none other than Mr. Marcus Flowers.
I'm Marcus Flowers, and I've spent my life serving this country in combat zones across the world. But I never thought I'd see one here in the United States.
Q is a patriot. We know that for sure.
That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's America.
Marjorie Taylor Greene expressed support for executing Democratic members of Congress.
Taylor Greene said that a plane did not hit the Pentagon on 9/11.
Her twisted conspiracy theories may have made her famous, but they haven't done a damn thing to help the people here in our district. Now I'm running for Congress because Georgians deserve better. Better health care, COVID relief, and real representation. My childhood wasn't easy. When I was 11, I moved into a children's home because my parents couldn't support me. So I learned to deal with bullies at an early age. At 18, after graduating high school, I joined the Army. My first overseas deployment was at an intelligence listening post in Central Europe, on the doorstep of communism. I spent a decade in combat zones in Iraq and Afghanistan as a contractor for the Department of Defense and held top secret security clearance. I witnessed firsthand the damage done by extremism, radicalism, and disinformation. And I won't stand by while people in Washington take us down the same path. The Army Corps values teach honor, personal courage, and selfless service. That's what I'll bring to Congress. I hope you'll join me on my next mission.
That is one badass ad. OMG. Yes, Sergeant Marcus Flowers, who is an Army veteran. He is intelligent. He is patriotic. He is pro-choice. He cares about healthcare. He cares about the environment. He cares about social justice. He cares about voting rights because of course he does, because if he didn't, then how the hell would we get to elect him to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is really a threat to the decency of the institution of Congress? So I would ask you to join the mission of Mr. Marcus Flowers. You can donate to him at marcusforgeorgia.com. And after this show, at some point tonight, I am going to go to his Twitter page and I will retweet his video and hopefully get him some new followers. His opponent is heavily funded. Don't mistake Marjorie Taylor Greene's being booted from Twitter as being bad for her. On the contrary, she's going to use that. She's going to ride that for amazing fundraising. I would be shocked if she hasn't earned at least $2 million since yesterday. I'd be shocked if she hasn't hit that in fundraising, because this is a boon to their side. So Mr. Flowers is going to need as much help as he can get. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the show. This is the first show of the year. I am so happy that so many of you were able to join me for today's show. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka BrooklynDad. And if you have not yet gotten your shot, what the hell are you waiting for? Get your shot, get your booster. Do it now or tomorrow, but do it soon. Wear your mask. Keep your social distance. 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening. And hey, hold on a second. Veronica Tello. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so kindly. Oh, she brought the taco! Sticky taco, courtesy of Veronica Tello and her generous donation. Thank you very much. And Tina G, one of our fantastical moderators, has just informed me that we have had 0 trolls today. 0 trolls. Thank you to our incredible moderators who put the fear of God in them trolls with their thumbs of doom. Excellent. They let them know, you need to leave. Okay, so as you guys know, I won't be here mañana, as that not the schedule, but we'll be back Wednesday, aka Hump Day. So yeah, I'll be here Wednesday, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Boom. Trump Reaper calls it heart attack taco. The sticky taco. Hey. I had fun tonight, you guys. I had fun. This was good. It was good. It's that New Year energy, still fresh. And there's an episode of Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm where there's like a limit on how long you can say Happy New Year. I forget what the limit is. Maybe it's the first week in January. So make sure you call whoever it is you need to call to wish them a Happy New Year. Don't wait till the last week in January to say that, because then that's just sad. Hey! Meek Spees informing us to caress the like button. Tell it how you really feel. Give it a light boop. caress the like button or smash it. Cindy C getting her Pfizer booster tomorrow following the J&J 6 months ago. Congratulations to Cindy C. Let's see. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you once again for a fantastical show. This show is only as good as my viewers. So tonight's show was awesome. Thank you again, you guys. And it's now that time. You need to leave.